Welcome to the Power of X-Men Hoxpox Marvel Legends review. Returning back is our co-host, Ascani Sun.
Yo, I am returned.
Thank you for coming on and guest co-hosting again.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me. This is always a pleasure and a blast, and I just have the best time.
And our guest today to discuss these Marvel Legends is a man who needs no introduction. He is a cosplay icon. It's Jason Alocino, aka Nerd Alert.
Woo, so good to be back.
I'm so happy to see you again. What have you been doing the last 3 months since you were last on the show?
Not a whole lot. I mean, collecting figures still. I don't know. Planning next cosplay still. I was listening to an episode, and I'm so glad that I'm in the intro now. I got really excited to hear that I don't know if that's on every episode, but the last episode I heard, I was part of the intro.
Oh, yeah. So listeners, when you're listening to the intro of the podcast, you're going to hear, "This is your special guest host, Mr. Sinister." And that is so awesome. Nerd Alert.
Love it.
All right. So we're here to talk about the Marvel Legends Hoxpox wave, which has been hitting the last month. I just got it last week. And I also got a second shipment from Big Bad Toy Store that came in today. So I'll have them packaged and out of package. But let me ask you guys, how do you feel Hasbro's been doing with the Legends as of late?
I always look forward to seeing what they come up with every year. And when they show the prototypes, for me, I always think they kind of look really cool and interesting. Obviously, though, we're not always going to get that version when they actually physically come out. I've got feels for it. I'm always a little 50-50, with it. So it's either hit or miss.
Okay. Nerd Alert.
I would say I am overall extremely excited all the time for Hasbro. I look forward to all the live streams, and it's one of the few things that has brought me joy in the last few years during the pandemic. I think they nail it. I think they're getting better and better, especially with X-Men related figures. I will say that some of the Marvel stuff they do, like Spider-Man or Avengers waves, are a little bit snooze for me, because maybe that's because I don't collect them. But anytime it's an X-Men related thing, I'm super hyped. And Hasbro's gonna Hasbro, which means it's the reused parts, it's the body. Yeah. You'll hear me say it many times today, the body parts that they keep reusing. And they just take a long time to give us the characters they want, but I'm confident that we will get the characters we want.
Yeah, I think they have been killing it. I'm enjoying the live streams. I think Ryan, Dwight, and Dan and Laura are killing it with the lines. I'm happy we're getting characters that we wouldn't normally have gotten in the past, like Moira. Mm-hmm. So, I'm like both of you. I enjoy the figures very much. I think they're great. I think their designs are upping it so much. We've come a long way since that Emma Frost figure from 2006.
I think it's okay, because although it's not the conversation for today, for every reused part we get, every once in a while they throw a Death Strike at us. And the image reveal of that, I was like, you can do whatever you want. Mm-hmm. You gave us an entirely new sculpt for Lady Deathstrike, which was one of my top wants. I forgive them for anything else.
I actually, it's funny because I still have the Toy Biz Deathstrike, and I'm like, oh, she holds up. She's great. And I do this all the time with every, new Legends that comes out based off of an old Toy Biz figure. And I'm like, no, man, it doesn't even, it pales when compared to the new one. So I'm excited for Deathstrike.
Yes.
Yeah, she looks fantastic. I have to say though, I always miss the live streams, so I never get to see those. But it's just talking about this wave coming up. I actually was very, very excited to see what they were going to come out with, the Hoxpox. And I'm one of those guys that I'll never take my figures out of the box, so they always stay in there. Yeah, I collect them, and I like keeping them intact that way. I'm always tempted, yes, to take them out and just kind of feel around and whatnot, but I'm like, no, I'll just keep them locked in.
Can I ask a question? I don't know if it, off script, but I'm just curious because I always like to know. Number one, if you're a collector, we're all Legends collectors. Do you collect every Legend, comic and MCU related, or just X-Men? And then what are your other big action figure lines? Like for me, it's a little bit of Lightning collection from Power Rangers, and I think that's it actually, now that I've narrowed it down to just that. Just 2 lines.
For me, I am strictly X-Men Legends, and I'll maybe get another character from like Avengers, depending on how it looks and whatnot. Like I got the Hellcat figure, which I really love, and I can't wait for the WandaVision Scarlet Witch to come out, because that is on my list right there. So yeah, every now and then I'll stray away from X-Men depending on how the other figures look, but yeah, I'm strictly X all the way.
Did you just do this?
Yes, I did.
Nerd alert. Ascani-san and I are still in the honeymoon period of our friendship. So when he does things like this, I'm just like, yes.
Yeah.
But you know what? Actually, the Hellcat Marvel Legends, I love Hellcat. I love Patsy Walker.
Yeah, me too.
That is a big disappointment for me.
Sorry, rest in peace to my Hellcat figure.
Oh my God!
She's no longer Hellcat.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
that is so cool.
That I just didn't like. I don't think it was the right mold for Patsy Walker, and I hate the calves boots. Darker paint was the base for it, and they covered the yellow on it, and it just didn't land well.
It did not.
So I can tell I'm going to be the black sheep of this podcast episode.
It's fine. But so you were talking about Hoxbox and how you were really excited. Let me pose this question to all of you. Were you expecting a certain figure in this wave that didn't just make it, or are you overall happy with the final character selection?
The Build-A-Figure that was just like a WTF moment. I just don't understand where that came from. Listen, it was probably only on a few pages. It wasn't even called the Tri-Sentinel in the comics. And I think that so many people were speculating of what the Build-A-Figure was going to be, and I think it just kind of let almost everyone down. I have a lot to say this. So it would have made complete sense, and I would have been super excited if the Nimrod was the Build-A-Figure. Even if it had to wait for it longer, I think to build that figure would have been amazing. I think something happened behind the scenes, and they switched it to be whatever, the 3-pack. And I'm not sure what happened there, but I'm convinced it was supposed to be the Build-A-Figure.
I don't know why it wasn't Nimrod or Krakoa here.
Or a
Krakoa.
gate. A gate would have been.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
They said, you're going to be able to recreate this image perfectly.
Yes.
And all it was missing was the gate behind them. So,
yeah, that's what I don't understand. But okay, so we're on the same page. Ascani-san, your thoughts? Were there any characters you wanted to see?
I mean, look, you know me, Dayspring. I am a crazy Jean fan, so seeing a Jean figure come out is good enough for me. I will say this though, I would have loved to have seen Emma Frost come out in this. I think she looks great in this in the series. I am still keeping my fingers crossed to see a Jean Emma twin pack based on the giant size X-Men issue. I know that was a very popular issue when it came out, and
make it a 3-pack with Storm. Come on.
Oh yeah,
yes!
Absolutely. Yes, exactly. That's a even better. Yeah, that was such a great issue, and I like the homage that it did with the Morrison Quietly issue from New X-Men. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping they still go that route. And I know a lot of people really love that green and yellow look of hers, and Emma, of course, just looks fantastic. So yeah, I want to see her in that half glove, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. Russell Dodderman has done such a fantastic job rendering Emma. I was shocked we didn't get Emma because I feel Emma had a larger presence in Hoxpox.
She absolutely
than Jean. And look, I'm happy we got another Jean in her Buta red hair. Like, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy we have her. But when I was thinking of the wave, I thought, yes, we're going to get Xavier, Magneto, Cyclops, Emma, Moira. Those were the ones that made sense to me, that I felt the story focused on. And then I thought maybe we would get some of the, Power of 10 characters that I'm totally forgetting. Oh God, what was her name? The Danny Moonstar magic hybrid.
Oh, Rasputin.
Yes,
And,
there we go.
And Cardinal.
Yeah, Cardinal there. And I thought Cardinal because we just got the Nightcrawler mold and they would
Right.
reuse that. Or at least for Age of Apocalypse, thinking of Hasbro being Hasbro and
Yeah.
getting a bang for that mold. So I'm happy. I didn't think I was going to see Omega Sentinel, and we obviously have a lot of feels on that.
Also, speaking, kind of going back to the Build-A-Figure, Apocalypse would have been a good one too.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people thought.
They just needed new overlays for like his like Excalibur kind of skirt and
Absolutely
pads. I would have got a third Apocalypse. Give me all.
Yeah.
See how many Hulks we have with just like a shirt on or a different head? Give me a 15 Apocalypse. I'll take them all.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what saved the Build-A-Figure for me is I was watching the Fwoosh and he invented this pose. And like that is the coolest thing ever. And it's the only thing that makes it look good on the shelf to me. But it's kind of creepy. Yep, there you go.
Hold up, I'm trying to do that pose. So he's like he's Spider-Man on like the
ledge
of the building.
Can rest on the ground.
Like that.
Yeah, I can see
almost
how
his hands are
can
there.
be.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get into the Tri Sentinel. It was an interesting wave. Look, at the end of the day, I'm just glad the X-Men are back in a significant way. Yeah. There were a couple years there where we didn't get any X-Men Legends.
Yeah, thanks, Inhumans.
Fuck the Inhumans. Where's your wave, Inhumans? So,
where are they now?
any complaints right now or let's not call them complaints. Let's just call them suggestions. Any suggestions we're giving here is just because we're very meticulous diehard fans. Yeah,
and we all know the struggle of getting a second wave of anything. So I'm sure we could all dream about the Hawks Wave 2 that would give us all the characters we still wanted, but it's like, who knows when that's coming out or if that's ever going to see the light of day. So it's like we only had one chance to get 7 figures potentially. And everyone's going to be a little unhappy about what it included.
Yeah, I think they definitely should come out with another one. And as we just said, bring on the characters like Rasputin and Cardinal and even what was that Magneto looking character? Was it North, I think?
Yeah, I was like North. Someone corrected me on Insta stories when I was like, Magneto looks great in green. And they're like, that's not Magneto.
Yeah, and then have that version of Krakoa as well. Really focus on the actual Powers of 10 characters.
I know we wanted a Cypher in his little cool jacket with his warlock arm. Come on.
He needs to have the warlock arm with his little jacket.
Yeah.
And and also he should have like a little thing where a warlock head can like stick on there.
Stop. Yes.
Yeah. But my other last figure I wanted, which I thought they could do a 2-for-1, is an Exodus, which is I wanted that figure forever, and he's on the Quiet Council, and his costume hasn't changed. So classic fans would finally get their Exodus, and they would fulfill one of the 12 seats, which I think we have almost every single person from the.
We have everyone but him.
Yeah,
everyone but him.
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, why don't we just dive into the wave and discuss these figures? And let's start with an evergreen character who's in all these waves, Wolverine.
Sorry.
Yes, because we really need another Wolverine figure.
Nerd alert, you had a reaction. Why don't you kick off the discussion?
It's just the costume isn't even that different. Like the need for a whole new Wolverine, I don't know. I will say the head sculpt is great. It's probably my favorite of all the head sculpts of this mold. And the claws are great. I don't own a figure with these claws yet. But it's the reuse. It's the X-Force body and another Wolverine that doesn't look too much different. Thank you. Yeah,
they don't look different at all.
What is the difference there?
The difference is just the boots. That's it, and a different belt. It's like when they released Malibu Stacy with a hat.
Yes, I always say that. If you gave him a beer hand and a beer in his hand, maybe it would make it more fun because there's that famous scene where he's drinking the beer with Scott. Something to make it a little special for us, but no.
I didn't notice that you had the Power of 10 alt head when I first saw these images hit. Wolverine has a little bit of a zaddy beard there.
Yeah, right. From one panel in Powers of 10, right?
Yeah, because it's not even the major one where he's in that alt world with Moira and he has to stab her. So this is just that one issue, one panel.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Scotty?
I mean, the package is nice.
You know what? You're right. We haven't talked about the package, which is the standard Hasbro package with like the X there, some really kick-ass art, but they have their names in
Krakoan. I love that.
Can either of you read Krakoan without translating?
No.
Yeah, it says Wolverine.
She is saucy tonight. Can you?
I realized at the end of every book, they put Krakoan to give you a hint of what the next issue's about, but I never even like took the time to translate them.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I haven't. I appreciate the Tolkien-esque approach the X books have right now with creating its own language and this mythical land where it's their own politics. But I haven't had the chance to study Krakoa. I want to, but it just hasn't been there. But yeah, Wolverine has been sort of, we knew we were going to get him. I don't think he looks bad. I think the paint deco looks really good. I love the butterfly joints on the chest. The claws are great. These claws, the ones I have from the previous wave, kind of bend a little bit there.
Yep. Totally.
And these claws are actually pretty good.
Right.
Yours are.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, I do like his boots. I mean, the design is pretty nice, and I like the expression he has. I mean, a lot, and like you were just saying too about the head swap with the Powers of 10 version. If anybody really even remembers, that how he looked there. I mean, people look at that like, what is on his chin? It's like a little chin strap he's got there, But no,
JohnCody.com.
No, I give it a 7.
You give it a 7?
A 7.
Wow.
I know that's. I think I'm. Well, okay. I take it back. A very. All right, a 6. I'll just give it a 6.
You're gonna give it a 6.
They did what they were supposed to do. It is the House of X Wolverine. It looks exactly like it. The mold is always good. I just was upset that I had to have a space filled by him.
Exactly.
Yeah. The creases on the on the costume are the same as the previous figures. The deco, I mean, it's very clean deco.
Yeah.
On especially around his face, like the teeth are like really brilliant white. I like the pearlized eyes. The mask. I don't have a Wolverine with the mask around here, do I? Yeah, I have it right there. But I like the seams right there with the mask.
Yeah.
I think it looks
the head
good.
sculpt is a big win. Yeah.
I think a 6 is generous, Scotty. But you know what? I get it. It's not a bad figure. And you know what? If I just started collecting Marvel Legends and I needed a Wolverine figure, this would be great.
Yeah, I mean, I give it a 6 because I mean it's part of the wave here, and I mean it's nice to have. Like, yeah, it's what it is.
Good way to put it. It is what it
is. Anything else to say about Wolverine?
No, sir.
Already too much.
Already too much time on Wolverine. All right. Our next one is Xavier. Right there.
Yeah. Beautiful head sculpt.
Mm-hmm.
They picked the right body because he does have this skinny body, but again, just
pizza Spidey body.
Yeah. I'll say I love the feet. I would kill for these feet on anyone else.
Oh wow, yeah. Those are some nice feet.
They're the Spidey pizza feet. Like, look right there. See?
I mean, if I would take him out, like I would definitely have a better look here, but I'm not.
You're like my precious. Yeah, you know what I appreciate about Xavier here is that they gave us the alt head without the Cerebro helmet and with the power effect, because I think when we had the deluxe legendary rider Xavier, no one liked that power effect at all.
I have to say,
it's effect if you a lot of reviewers.
I like that they with the alt head. I mean, they kept his eyes closed too, so to really emphasize him using his power, and I thought that was a very interesting take. And I really like that they did that. The Cerebro helmet, it's not bad. I mean, obviously the comics draw a lot better, but I like the detail. I think the blue X part, I think they could have probably done a little kind of opaque type.
Oh, that's a really good point. Like kind of like a translucent.
Yeah.
There.
Michael, if the back is where like all the detail is, so if you can't see it in the package, like I think that's where it shines the most. but
Yeah,
you're
I
not
agree.
going
I
to
think
see
so.
See right
Yeah.
Yeah,
there.
you're probably right.
Yeah.
It's I like the wires going in on the back. I like the attention to detail there. A general comment, I am so sick of psychics getting like a closed fist and open palm. So I'm glad that all four hands that come with Xavier do not have those. So I'm really happy. Um, I didn't really notice the feet until we started talking about it now, and now it kind of bugs me.
Well, the Spidey feet. It
Yeah,
looks like
it's
he socks. Like it looks like he put on a cosplay Zentai suit. Like like feet pajamas.
yeah, that he got from eBay
Yeah.
in like 2005. Yeah,
I do like that it's a really, really dark gray blue and not black, so that I appreciate. But it's missing like detail lines. A lot of people point out, even if you look at the reference image, it has seams and things going on. It's not just flat.
You just took the words right out of my mouth because I was just going to say that I wish they would have added the lines as we see in the package art to it. That would have really made it pop a little bit more.
Mhm.
and probably like a blue wash looking at the cover art, or excuse me, the box art.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like it's a very basic body with just a new head. And I get it. I mean, I think my general like feel for this line, I'm curious where the budget went, because you can tell they did a lot of like cutting corners.
He was the last one.
He was the last one.
Fine.
What were you saying, Nerd Alert?
Across the line, usually you can really see, wow, the budget went into these two big molds. And that doesn't even exist in this one. Like maybe Omega Sentinel, but I don't think that was enough to cost the budget of the entire wave.
I agree. I mean, Omega Sentinel looks fucking beautiful. I just snapped off her arm. Jesus. We'll get to her, but yeah, Xavier, not bad. You need him for a Hoxpox wave. I think he looks good. I think the alt head really adds to the package, but apart from that, he's probably not going to get displayed until
I gave him Jean's flower, so at least it gives him something interesting when he's like in the front of the line. Like he just
He actually looks better with it.
Yeah,
he does look better with it. We're going to get to Jean and her fucking flower because sorry, because I have feels about that. I have strong feels, but
Yeah, me too.
yeah, it's fine. That's it. This is what I wanted out of, maybe a little bit more detail, but what I would need from a maker. I'm sorry, Xavier.
exactly.
Is right here. So
Hickman's got a type.
any other feels? Next. Next.
Right.
Who do we have next? We have Omega Sentinel next.
Karima.
All right.
Yeah. Ugh.
This is where the budget went.
Absolutely.
But they couldn't even get her hair color or ethnicity right.
That is, if I have to really nitpick, that is the biggest one right there. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
My question, and like, look, I get it. We've spoken with the Hasbro team. It was an oversight. They're aware of it. They want to make amends for it. My curiosity is, how does something that big make it all the way through to production? Like, is there someone not on the licensing team at Marvel who's like, wait a minute, this is not what the character looks like?
Yeah.
Simon Kinberg designed this.
Oh my god!
Joss Whedon casted this. Sorry.
Oh my god! You guys are being salty.
This is so I kept her redhead on because I didn't even want to deal with all that problematic. Because I actually painted my head black, the hair black, so it looks better. But I still prefer the red face on mine when I'm.
Yeah, me too. I think she looks absolutely beautiful like that.
Yeah.
How did you go about painting the hair black? You just got a random black color paint, or was there a specific like process you did?
So usually you have to heat it, but this one, if you pull on the face, the glue tears away from the hair really easy. So
Gotcha.
once you separate the rubber hair from the plastic face, then I used an airbrush on it.
You literally snatched her wig just to give her a new hair color.
Yeah. So I'll tell you my problem with this. It's a beautiful figure. I appreciate all the new sculpt, but my shelves are so specific that I would have no shelf for long-haired Karima because I just don't have a shelf for that era of X-Men. It was such an obscure era for me.
Yeah.
And then I don't really have a place for Omega Sentinel in this form either, except standing next to Nimrod, because she didn't really even interact with the other characters at all because she was in a different book.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to place her.
She's not on display yet because I have very limited like space shelf and I'm doing like the 90s.
Right.
So I love Mike Carey. I love this era. I love that Messiah Complex era and Blinded by the Light.
Yep.
And
the Vault. All that
yep.
Stuff.
And the Vault and all that good stuff. In Hoxpox, she was in the future, and then she was obviously on the ship when the X-Men went there and died. Try harder, Marvel girl. Here's another character I would have liked. I wanted M.
Yes. That would have been many people happy.
Many people would have been happy, and they could have done like swap out like penance parts. But I think when I'm looking at like the mold here, like a lot of her stuff is actually like molded into the sculpt. Like her belt, her like the gadgets on her torso.
Yep.
I don't know like if there's any other characters out there that I would be like this would be a good fit for. It seems like an awfully big investment.
It was a one-off, yeah.
For a one-off.
I compare it to the one-offness of Silver Samurai, who every single piece was amazing and brand new, but they'll never use that again.
Yeah.
For a kind of obscure character.
Do you think that's why the budget for the rest of the figures, like, was it that much?
I don't know. She got two new brand sculpted arms. They had 2 new heads. I don't know. I hope not, but.
And I mean, swap out like arms.
I mean, for her, I mean, it seems like they really gave her a lot of love, sans the hair.
Right.
Why would they give her so much love? I'm happy they did that. They gave so much TLC to a character like this. I'm just curious why they would invest so much in a mold.
I mean, my thing, I guess I mean, she had a part to play in the story, and she's obviously, we're going to see her again at some point, down the road. I feel that she's going to make a resurgence again. I mean, you have the dawn of X. You got the reign of X. Most likely, the third part will be the fall of X, and I bet she will have a big part in that overall story. So,
essentially, yeah. If that's the case, I'm happy to have her for like foresight of maybe she'll be more important.
I don't disagree with you, Ascani-san, that she will play a bigger role in the year to come. But I don't know if Hasbro is that in the loop on what's to come. But I do think they probably know. If you just pick up the book and you read it, you're going to know that Omega Sentinel is going to play a role in the future. But
I gotta say that I like her. I really love the expression on her face, on her red face. Yeah. I think she just looks absolutely gorgeous.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, I want to wear this costume. It's like that's like the cosplayer in me is like, can I borrow this? Like,
you should totally gender bend this costume.
It would be really easy to gender bend. I love it.
I do. I love it as well.
I think the costume looks great. I think the paint deco looks great. The figure. This is probably, now looking at it, she's probably the best figure in the wave.
I agree.
Flaws and all.
I won't speak yet. Let's see.
But in terms from just like sculpting and everything, I think she's pretty good. But so what do we give her?
Oh, I want to give her an 8. I mean, I'm impressed with it, even if I don't care as much about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd say the same, an 8.5.
Yeah, I think 8.5 is where I'm going to land. Did we rank Xavier? What do we want to give Xavier?
Oh, I would have gave him a 6 as well.
Oh, that's generous. I'm going to say a 4.
Oh, okay, wow.
Well, I'll go right in between this sandwich, a 5.
You can be the thorn between these roses. Okay, so the next one we're going to talk about is Magneto. Welcome to Die.
So I have a thing. It's hard to like make custom figures, and it takes some time. And I usually try to pick my custom action figures when I know that Marvel's not going to make one. So after so much time, I finally made a white Magneto out of the Walgreens Moon Knight body.
Okay.
And literally the second I finished it, finishing touches and put it on the shelf, they announced this one, and I was like, "Oh, that wasted time."
Son of a bitch.
So I'm actually really happy to have this, even though it made me put one of my customs away in a drawer. But I love it. I actually love the body mold. I think this is the one this is the body mold they should have used on the '90s Family Pack.
You're right.
I like the strikiness of the silver and the white. So I'm a fan of this one.
I wish, speaking of the Family Pack, I wish we would have gotten that Magneto head for this. I think he is fugly. I think he is a very fugly Magneto.
He's got a butter face.
That is a face that only the Pretender could love. Or Lorna.
Oh,
Definitely not Quicksilver. Quicksilver's like, fuck you.
No, Wanda would be like, that's not my dad anymore.
She's like, if Magneto's going to be my daddy, it's going to be Michael Fassbender. It's not going to be this. I don't know. I agree with what you said, Jason, about the deco. I think the silver and the white and the black all pop really well. The articulation is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I like how I can put like his fist to his palm here, like that.
His hands alone, he came with 6 pairs of hands or like 6 different hands. That's incredible.
Yeah, he came with 6 hands.
He's a handy guy.
Yeah, everything.
I don't. Hang on, I'm just looking at the belts. I'm comparing it to Cyclops. Does he have the same belts as Cyclops? Yes, he does.
No,
Is it? No.
look how the pockets are separated.
Yeah, you're right. They're close, but not. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's not my favorite. This is probably my least favorite, and it should be my most favorite because I love the Revolution Magneto, and I love him in white. I think he's zaddy in white.
I think a lot of people, even if they don't like the Hawkswave, they're going to put this with their black suits, Magic, Cyclops, and Emma. The Walgreens stuff. I think it goes really well with that. Even though the sleeves are wrong, I think most people are going to get it for that.
I have to say, I do love this look for Magneto. I think this is, in my opinion, one of his best looks that he's had. I wish that they would have had some kind of like magnetic power that could have attached to his hand, like they've done with Polaris.
Yeah. Wait, and also, which one? What was the wave that we got a Magneto that his hand was purple?
It was like the modern black and red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it the Apocalypse wave? I'm forgetting.
Yes.
It may have been the Apocalypse wave. It definitely wasn't the Warlock wave. I want to love it. It's a 2 for me, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And it's because I love him so much that I'm going to give him a 2.
I mean, come on, like Magneto's like 200 years old, and look how hot he looks.
I mean, look, I don't even have abs like that. And I haven't been eating since 1999, and he looks like a fucking boss right there. I don't know.
I'm gonna give him an 8.5. That's my highest score so far. I really like it. I love this body. I love a lot of it. Yep.
Yeah. He's an 8 for me.
He's an 8. Wow. I'm getting ganged up on here. It's fine. After much consideration, I will move him to a 2.7.
Ooh.
You know what I do like? I'm glad that some other Magneto figures I've had, he kind of has like slippers as feet, and I really like his feet here.
Grandpa.
These are my favorite feet of any mold.
Yeah.
Give everyone these feet.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, they do look good.
Yep. Anything else to say about Magneto?
Nope.
White hot.
I would have liked to get another unmasked head. Only that Apocalypse.
Oh, yeah.
Unmasked head, but I wish I wanted another head.
Oh, with his like long, like silver fox hair with like gray shadows in it. I would totally have loved that. That would have moved this up to an 8 for me.
You know, I'll tell you what would have been a good Magneto figure. And maybe they've already done it. I don't know. But did they ever do an Age of Apocalypse?
No, not yet.
Magneto?
Oh, geez, we want that. Yeah.
Hopefully we are getting a second Age of Apocalypse wave, and we will have Magneto.
April 9th, hopefully.
Let's get an Emma with that shaved, half hair, shaved head with a little X.
It could double as the Uncanny X-Men right before
Yes,
Hoxpox
yes.
Emma, who only has that shaved head until Jean shows up, and then her hair magically grows back.
You know, she had to move that half part right back. Like, oh no, this bitch
She's
ain't
here like, oh
showing
no,
me.
this tart is back.
Her hair changes every issue, so who knows?
I love that she has the magic hair now. I love that she has like the Paris Hilton magic hair.
Yeah, all wigs, I'm sure.
All wigs.
She's,
All right.
throwing in that weave.
All right. Our boy Cyclops.
All right.
All right. You know, I got some feels now.
All right. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Go for it.
I was very excited to have this because I will buy every single Cyclops ever. I will have multiples. I have multiples of every single one. I do like this figure a lot. I appreciate the new parts. I think this is the best his face has ever looked, like literally the most handsome, most attractive he's ever looked.
Agreed.
And I think it's the X Factor vintage way, but it just looks so sleek in these darker colors with the dark blue.
Yeah, it has a really great paint deco on it. And yeah, it is because we also get the other head where you can put in that blast effect
Right.
he had.
But it's just these two giant complaints. It's the feet every single time. I really, really hate these feet. I have literally chopped off other Cyclopses at the thigh to give him the slippers. And I'm going to get vulgar here. They only want to ever give him this gene pleasuring hand.
Oh my God.
Why do they think that people want to always display him shooting his optic blast? I want him with double fists, pardon the... I just want him to come with an extra fist so that he doesn't have to have this finger all the time.
I mean, look, Gene, him and Wolverine, they share interconnecting rooms, so double fist, hey.
Oh my God, guys. Now all I can see now is the gene pleasuring hand right there. What is that?
Literally what I've done sometimes is I've got a hairdryer and I've heated these fingers and bended them back just because I'm desperate to not have this on every single finger, single figure, but they want to do it every time.
Here's the thing. I think the costume looks great in the comics. It's a great comic costume. I think it's translated well and easily into an action figure. I love the pockets. I love the gauntlets. I agree with you. I think he looks really handsome. There's something with the face paint that just feels a lot smoother than the rest of the figure. I don't know if you guys are picking up on that. Well, I know you're not, Scotty, because it's guarded in your beautiful plastic there.
I mean, I can still see it.
It feels finished. Yeah, it has like a matte finish, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it's a great figure. It doesn't lack. It doesn't have something unique about it. And it's just like another Cyclops figure repainted. It's on the Bucky Cap mold, which is a great mold. I don't hate that mold. But, you know, it's the same articulation. I never really cared about the feet until now, and now that's all I can see. He's like Joey from Friends in that episode where Joey's like, yeah, I wear a size 6, you know? But yeah, I mean, this is up there for me.
I don't know why Hasbro thinks just because he's been on this body mold once that they need to be consistent so that he looks like he took one costume off and put another one on. Like, you don't have to stick to this for him when you have new molds. Like, the Sunfire mold should be used for everybody now.
Yeah.
Because it's the modern Bucky mold for me.
Yeah. I agree. I wish they would have done something a bit more innovative with the figure. And I get it. We got like the extra head and we got the blast effect. And I do like the blast effects going forward, but you can't even put it on this face. And I was hoping that you could, and that there's a way that they can incorporate that for both heads going forward. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I don't work in making action figures, but you know, what were you saying?
I was going to say, I mean, I absolutely do love this figure, and I agree with what you said. The costume translates very well from the comics to it, and and he just looks, you know, incredible. My only thing was with the alt head. I wish they would have kind of had him with his mouth open, like they do in the packaging, because you could swap his head out and you can have him like sitting down, looking like he's taking like the most painful, hard shit ever.
God.
And I mean, he's got the optic blast already emanating. I mean, it must be really painful for him, but I don't know. It looks kind of funny to me, but everything else I think looks absolutely fantastic. I love it.
He looks handsome.
He
I
does.
gave you what you said in Alert. He looks really handsome. I wish, like you said, Ascani, maybe we would have gotten a bit more of a dramatic face.
Mhm. Other thing about the alternate head. In most images, he only has the flare coming out of one side, not both. So I wish that was one thing. And then I wish when you took the optic blast out of the alternate head, it didn't look like just like a gaping hole in his visor. Like you could do it with or without the effect.
Well, yeah, that's. I wish there was a way they could figure out the technology where you can insert the blast effect and then you can take it out and it still looks like he has his visor on.
Yeah, you would just take out the entire visor and swip out, and the effect is
Oh,
connected to the visor.
yeah.
Oh, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good.
Apex might do theirs that
Good
way.
idea.
But yeah.
Oh, I don't have that one.
I don't have it yet, but
Is it out?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had to get on those. Now that I actually have space to display things.
As soon as they start getting closer to doing the full like blue team, the 90s blue team, I may be tempted to go back because we already got 3. We got Wolverine, Cyclops, and Psylocke. If they keep going, I'll be tempted.
So final notes on Cyclops.
I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna be biased, so I'm gonna give him an 8.5.
Yeah, I'm at the 8.5 marker.
Yeah,
as
same
well.
here.
Yeah, I love it. I love our boy Cyclops.
Cyclops was right.
Cyclops is always right. All right, next is Moira McTaggart.
Okay, this is my bop of the wave, I will say.
Yes, absolutely.
She is a first time ever, I think, in Marvel Legends history. She's basically a fashion doll because they change outfits like this so dramatically.
It's true.
Hand, it's brilliant and long overdue.
Yeah,
and I just love this little cute pose where she's just very like.
I just did that too.
Yeah.
She's like bashful scientist or, young girl in love. I mean, she can do anything. Like, maybe she has the legacy virus. Maybe she doesn't. Who knows?
So this smaller mold works for her. And I can't say how much I love it without showing the custom because it gave me the opportunity to have 2 Emmas now because the arms and the head and the coat work so perfect to be able to get both with a really easy custom. So I say that I love this figure so much because I was able to get 2 out of it. And that counts for something.
They did that Hellcat action figure just so you can custom make it into a Moira action figure.
I'm glad that horrible body has a second use. And I love
the mold is great. The figure is trash.
Yeah, I love that. I guess when we first found out, when the rumors were coming in that we were going to get Moira, we were like, oh, it's going to be Moira X, not traditional Moira with her, lab coat and glasses. So I was pleasantly surprised on the live stream when they showed that we were going to get both figures. I think it looks great. I'm always going to have scientist Dr. Moira McTaggart in display, but I appreciate that we have Moira X.
I mean, how could you not have her in this wave? I mean, she was a big part of the story, and if they do another one, I hope they do another version of her character in one of her different lives. I mean, from the packaging, you got her like in her apocalypse look, her assassin look.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was excited when they announced it. I mean, I think she just looks beautiful and just
the glasses. They nail these glasses too. Like,
yeah, they do.
What happened to that Peter Parker when they gave him just the white lenses?
Oh, I know that. Just like it's just like a silver paint dumped there on the lenses. These are like translucent and they kind of look like Coke bottles or a little foggy. I love that, and the makeup is so clean. Like her lipstick is on point. Like she did not have a messy night. Like she woke up after a good night's rest and was ready to go into the office.
Oh, so one thing I'll say is I wish she did have her headband. The 90s Moira is always known for the headband. I almost wanted to take the hair off of Karma.
Oh,
Karma has that cool headband. Look, but it's kind of an oversight for them.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say. I mean, I just love the look. With the hat. I mean, very '60s mod, type of styling there. Yeah, it's
And
beautiful.
they're reusing the Gwen Stacy top and skirt.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
I think the feet are new, and we'll talk about the feet once we get to Jean. I don't know. Is this the Peggy Carter feet? I don't have that figure.
Yes. That's
But is it? I'm happy with the figure. She is smaller than other legends. I think she's even smaller than Jubilee. Damn,
that'll work for this one.
I try to reach for Jubilee with the arm I got my vaccine in, and I literally was like, fuck. It is actually sore, man. Like, what the heck? Yeah, Moira is about the same height as Jubilee. It's fine. I'm okay with that because maybe Moira just happens to be a bit more petite. You know,
But they can be mall buddies.
it could be mall buddies. You're so salty, and I'm here for it.
Here's the question I have, which I think is so funny again, is Moira in the book was always known for a green sweater. She only wore this purple on that promotional poster when she's sitting on the bench next to Xavier.
Yep.
And they decided to go with that one poster instead of every other time you've seen her in the book. I just think that was an interesting choice.
Yeah, well, I mean, even to your point, I'm surprised they didn't give us more of her like uniform that she wore with the gold and the navy. I thought that's what we were gonna get when they, you know, I never thought we would get a civilian Moira from those opening pages and from the Mark Brooks promo, and we did, and I think she's great.
This is very specifically bench conversation with Xavier. That's what they're trying to.
Exactly.
So I think that the lab coat one was an afterthought that works, but it wasn't their main focus of why the figure came out. They wanted the bench.
Yeah,
I mean, from the packaging, I gotta say, I mean, she's rocking the Daphne Blake look better than Daphne.
oh,
Yes,
Daphne.
I've seen that custom too. It comes out really good.
Did you guys see the live stream with Demanda and Dax? And Dax was, I'm forgetting the character from Gen 13 with the red hair and the green suit.
Oh, Fairchild.
Yeah, and someone, this was for a cosplay convention, and someone asked Dax, "Are you Daphne from Scooby Doo?"
Wow.
Because the hair was kind of like that. And
Not an insult. I mean, icon.
no, total icon. And listeners, we are going to have Demanda and Dax in a future episode.
Ooh.
So
Can't
stay
wait.
tuned. That's going to be fun. Yeah, you know what? I like Moira. Moira gets a solid like 9.5 for me.
Yeah, she's a 9 for me.
I'm going to say with everything that I was able to do and take into consideration the two I have now, definitely a 9.
Okay, there we go. Thank you, Moira McTaggart. We'll see you in your next life.
Doesn't she kind of is giving like Barbie doll vibes, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
She totally is. I agree with that.
She, you know who she reminds me of? And the second I pulled her out, I had this weird flashback to my childhood. Janine from Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Do you know which one I'm talking about? Like the pink jumpsuit Janine with like the brown hair and the glasses. And I just kind of like, I held her. I was like, have I held her before? But I'm here for it.
You know, I mean, if you take her alt head, remove the hat, and then I'm also going to kind of, and maybe I'm kind of reaching here, a slight April O'Neil vibe too.
Very much.
Yes.
Basically, all the women that gay kids grew up loving.
Exactly.
All at once.
Except Shira.
Oh, of course.
Be reserved for Jean.
All right.
Moving on to Jean.
You know,
You want to dig in first? Go for it.
why? What the fuck is up with her shoes? Why? She has the Moira Peggy Carter shoes. Why? Like, you could have given her any other boots. You could have given her the Gwen Stacy boots, and we would have been fine. Look, the obvious thing that everyone's been talking about with this figure, and I did it, was that she was too short, but you can leg swap her with the White Rabbit upper legs. And so I did that.
You know,
Tell me that again. I need to know how to do that.
Huh?
What part? Just above
So-
the knee?
Yeah, just above the knee, you can just like pop it out. I don't want to pop it out. I just ran some hot water. I popped it out and I popped it back in, and it gives her a little bit more height on
But
it.
you didn't have to repaint the yellow, did you?
Well, you should repaint the yellow because it looks very. It looks. Can you see that?
I mean, it kind of blends into her leg.
But other people have done this, and nerd alert, I haven't done this before. Other people have gone in the Danny Moonstar boots and done the swap at the joint, and for that you have to boil the hot water, and it's a little bit more precise of an operation. And I just ordered another Danny Moonstar from Big Bad Toy Store. They're supposed to ship this month.
Okay.
So I'll let
I
you
also
know.
see people swap the Marvel Select legs.
Oh, really?
They have sculpted yellow boots instead of just painted on. So like, there's some good stuff with that one.
I don't think I have or have ever had that figure. Is it too tall for this figure?
No, it fixes it for sure.
And
it's
you can just
legs.
You can just swap it in with no qualms.
I would just, because you can cut it at that upper thigh twist, and then that's all hidden underneath the skirt, so you never see it.
I gotcha. All
And
right.
maybe a different diameter of thigh, but that's all hidden.
Yeah, you can totally do all that.
I also was saying that she had Tina Burner hair.
She does have Tina Burner hair.
So I gave that a black wash, and it came out so much better. You won't be able to see it on camera, but
no, but I can already tell the difference in the color because again, she has
as well.
She has puta red hair here, which is Tina Burner colors.
Tina Burner colors, yeah. It's a cheap wig.
It's okay. So here are my feels on the wig. What really bugs me, I think the sculpt is great.
Mm-hmm.
I like how it rests on her shoulders. I'm taken out of, like, I was going to say out of the story, but out of the figure, whatever the analogy is, when I see her ear.
Oh, really?
I like the detail.
I
like that they did that, but it doesn't look well to me. I don't know if maybe it's my figure. Like, I can just see like the hole with the plastic.
Yeah, it's not tucked behind her ear enough.
Yeah, like if it was more tucked behind her ear, it'd be like, dope. This is great. But there's kind of like a gap in mine. And let me look at the other one. Okay, so it's better for this one. It looks a lot better for this one than it does for this one. This one looks like it has a hole in it. I don't like the color. I think it's a different color from the other jeans, as we've already talked about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like they could have gone a darker red for her hair.
The X3 Famke hair color.
Yeah, I mean, that would have worked for this. And
I also think we should have got, for being such a plain figure that was not a lot of plastic, I feel like they should have gave us a 60s or 60s, I guess, head swap with more of like big curly hair. Because this is very straight, long hair. It doesn't look like the OG X-Men look, which I think a lot of people want to use it for.
I was thinking about an alternate head for her as well. And I wish they would have done for Jean kind of a more action shot alternate head, kind of like how we see it in the packaging.
Yep.
Her hair's, flowing. And to get on the Krakoa flower, they could have just swapped that out, give that to Xavier. Where is the psychic energy?
Mm-hmm.
That would have been much more suited for her than just giving her a flower.
Take us to church, Ascani-san.
Well, I mean, seriously, she is an Omega level telepath. So let's see that Omega level telepathic ability to shine. And I mean, a flower.
I agree with you. In terms of the head swap.
Well,
what were you saying?
Girl, a flower.
Grow a flower. I just, I don't think Jean held a flower at all during Hoxpox. It was the other characters.
She had a variant cover where she was telekinetically holding a flower. I mean, but there was a variant. I mean, it looks like she's about to go to someone's housewarming and said, "Here, plant this, and we can come over anytime and have wine and
we can do wine and Picasso."
Yeah, I mean, it's just they could have done so much more with her, and like you said, Dave Spring, I mean, she's so short. I have to say, if they were doing an X-Men the animated series wave, and this would have been perfect for them representing her Marvel Girl look during the Dark Phoenix saga episode at the end. I think they could have gone a little bit more, I don't want to say dramatic, here with this, but I don't think she looks bad. I mean, to me, I love Jean Grey, so any Jean figure I can get my hands on, I'll take it.
Sure.
I'm still waiting for my Hellfire Club set, by the way, and so I can get her. Like I see you, Jason, you got the Black Queen figure already and whatnot. I'm so jealous right now. I have to wait till the end of the month to get mine. No, I mean, yeah, for me, my major issue is just the height. She's a woman, and she looks like Teen Jean, where cosplaying as the adult Jean Marvel Girl.
Right. And
Yeah.
Jean, I think, would be more of like a stronger, more imposing physique, where Moira
Right.
can be a small, petite woman, but she should not be the same exact size and height as a Jean Grey, who's kind of this like warrior woman.
Yeah,
Like look at her next to Jubilee.
Mhm.
It
And
just doesn't work.
kind of off the topic here with this, I don't hate the costume. I mean, I guess I can understand why I guess Hickman had his reasons for putting her in there. I mean, it works for her then than it does now. I just wish they would stop calling her Marvel Girl and
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah, she's whatever age there's the X-Men are supposed to be. She is in her mid to late 20s, if not 30s,
right.
It's whatever their age is. Of course, it's a sliding timeline, but she's not a teenager where she can go by Marvel Girl anymore. She could be Marvel Woman. My fear when we saw Jean in this costume was because Hickman was talking about how you can back up earlier versions of yourself.
Pre-Phoenix.
So we all thought it was going to be pre-Phoenix. That obviously is not the case, and that's fine. But I think when you have the green and gold X-Men red costume that Dodderman illustrated so well, and now with her Hellfire Gala look, this costume just like, why, Jean? Like, why are you wearing it?
I wish that red and that Dodderman costume stuck around. I think a lot of people really just didn't want to see her regress. And to me, as a hard Jean fan, I loved her how she was written in X-Men Red, and then House of X, and she's back to being Marvel Girl wearing this costume again. It just seemed like such a downgrade.
I think depending on which book you read, she is wearing that kind of throwback with the different colors, like the throwback 90s look with the different colors. And then sometimes she shows up in certain books and she's wearing this. So it's inconsistent. I think that
She came in her X Factor one as well.
She did.
Randomly for a day. Fine.
Yeah.
For a vacay.
Yeah.
But I think that the design team was so handcuffed and so stuck on making that cover. So they're like, it has to be this one, and we have to find a way to give her a skirt and make it look like this, because that's what they were attached to, when probably people would have wanted the other two costumes you mentioned.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, Jason, let's get that Storm in there with the Jean and Emma back there.
God, that 3-pack would sell.
Oh, it would. That would sell out so fast.
Final thoughts on Jean?
I think she looks good. I will give her a 7.
I'm more inclined into like an 8.5. If she was taller, she would be almost perfect for me.
If she was taller, I'd give her an 8.5.
Yeah, so that's where I'm like, What about you, Nerd Alert?
The only redeeming part about this figure is it looks really great when you put it next to Wolverine and Scott. Like, just to have the image of them three standing next to each other is very cool. But I'm going to say on its own, I'm only giving it a 5. I would
Wow. Well, you know what also really bites is the skirt is very hard.
Yeah.
And you can't really pose her.
It's different than Moira's skirt too. It's the slit is bigger and it's different material.
Yeah, Moira's is a lot. Yeah, it's different material. It's softer, and Jean's is like really hard, and it doesn't make posability good.
Maybe they could have gone with a bit of a fabric, type of.
We don't do fabric in this house. No fabric. She does stand well, surprisingly. I thought with these tiny feet and the big hair, like it would just fall over. I'm surprised it stands so easy.
Yeah, she does.
I gotta say, I love the style of her hair. I think she looks good there. Just the color could have been a little bit darker.
Yeah, her makeup. I love that you can see her Buta red eyebrows with the mask as well. It looks great. The paint deco. Look, one thing I want to talk about the line that I think is really good. I think the paint apps are wonderful. I have no complaints. I think they're colorful, fun. But yeah.
Too bright and saturated for me, I'll be honest, the yellow and the green. It looks almost like a kid's toy being so plastic looking. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So
Yeah.
our Tri-Sentinel.
Okay. We kind of got off on him already, but
did you guys have the same problem I did, which is I couldn't get the heads in. I had to get a blow dryer.
yeah, I had to heat them up.
Yeah.
No, because it's still in the box.
I'm going to go over there and I'm going to open up these figures and we're going to assemble the.
And
the
you will die, and I will make sure the 5 do not bring you back.
I would have rather had a Krakoan Gate, Krakoa, Apocalypse, anyone else but the Tri-Sentinel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And I hate to sound like down in the dumps about it because I think it's not
But
like the
you will.
articulate, but I am the articulation, it's really good.
Yeah. It's a cool design, I guess. It's just, I don't know.
With you watching you guys, fool around with it. It reminds me, what is that Star Wars character that's kind of like that? I can't think of his name.
Oh my God. What?
General Grievous.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Multiple hands, yeah.
Yep.
Multiple hands instead of multiple heads.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like him. It also, people said it looks like the SPDR Build-A-Figure, the spider robot Build-A-Figure.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I sold all
That's
those
true.
parts a couple months ago when I was moving.
Someone's going to be able to make a really cool display with the HasLab Sentinel, with Rima, with Nimrod, with all the figures that comes with. People are going to have this huge Sentinel display, and I think they were kind of hoping for that as well. And maybe I'll put him with that. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I want to like him a lot more. I like the paint apps again. I like the glossier paint.
Mhm.
I like mine. Mine has some really bad marbling on the back.
I like marbling. I think I might be one of the few people that like marbling.
I don't dislike marbling, but mine doesn't look. If you can see that, that looks more like a quality error. Because the Rocket Raccoon Jean has the marbling with her blue, and I think that looks beautiful. But I think it's great. I mean, I just don't care for the figure. I don't care for the character. Are we ever going to see this character again? Shrug. But
Yeah.
you know what? As a Build-A-Figure, I'm gonna give it a 7. It's fine.
Okay.
I wonder if they went in a different direction, we would have got just as many complaints. Because if we got Rasputin, they would have been like, "Oh my God, you gave us a normal sized figure. It's not even something big." Or if they gave us a gate, people would have been like, "Who wants a gate? You gypped us on an actual character." Yeah, the people would have probably complained either way.
I was hoping that we were gonna get Krakoa's face. That's what I thought we were gonna get, Krakoa's face and different parts of Krakoa, like a diorama or something like that. Is more what my line of thinking was. But then when they said you're gonna be able to recreate this cover, I was like, oh, it's gonna be the Krakoan gate. We talked about this.
Well,
But it's fine.
No, they could have easily done Krakoa. I mean, you just have interconnecting parts to the the main character itself, and then you have a huge Krakoa right there. And then had they had the Quiet Council all together, you just had them sitting around recreating that scene. I mean, they could have easily done it, but whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, guys, who do you think is the worst and the best figure of the line?
Jason, go ahead.
Because Wolverine's not a bad figure. He's my least favorite, but he's not the worst.
Yeah, I'm trying to be objective here.
I'm going to give number 1 to Moira. I just think that it makes me so happy to own it. So Moira gets the best. And the worst, I'm going to switch to Xavier. It's just so plain, and I wasn't excited about it. Not well achieved. Not well executed. I'll do that.
Okay. Ascani?
My number 1 would also be Moira, because I think it's just so great to have her, actually be a part of a wave, and especially with such a high profile storyline. I think she looks absolutely fantastic, and I think it was a very bold choice. I mean, to do it, but they needed to do it, and I think she's been definitely well received. So I'm like Jason said too. I completely agree. I am too. Also happy to have her. My worst figure though, for me, and to all the listeners out there, please don't come at me with your adamantium claws and whatnot. I have to give it to Wolverine. I don't hate the character, but we've had so many of him. Why another one?
Yeah. I agree with both of you. Moira is the best figure for me as well. But my worst is Magneto.
Wow, shocking.
I, it's more because I had higher expectations for him. But yeah, I think overall though, like the wave is great. It's a fine wave. I'm glad we got it. I'm more excited for now that we got some of these hallmark characters out of the way to get a Doug Ramsey, to get a Captain Britain, to get an M. And I'm curious, what do you guys want to see out of another Hoxpox wave?
Madeline Pryor.
Nerd Alert's face.
I mean, give it to me. If they can give her Goblin Queen outfit, if that's what we're asking for, and they want to call it a Hawks Goblin Queen, give it to me. I still would love to fight for an Egyptian gown inspired apocalypse. Yes, and Emma, although I'd want Emma to come with 100 different accessories so you can have every outfit she's ever had, but they can't do that.
God, with her cape and like the gold X.
They need to do Hasbro needs to come out with a Hellfire Gala wave.
No, Hasbro, if you're listening to this, A, I'm sorry. B, to make it work.
I'm sorry I didn't get to be on the Gala outfit review podcast episode. I would have dug into the outfits.
Oh, well, you're in luck, Jason, because we are going to be covering the Hellfire Gala come June. So we will have you come. We will have you come on and we'll discuss it.
Yeah. So I'm also going to have to say that we should have gotten penance. The vampire, the werewolf element of switching out the parts, that figure, which is cool. So I'd fight for that as well.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't get Penance just because she had a really big presence in the books. But, it's fine. If we get a wave 2, I think she'll be there. I think we'll see Betsy and they'll throw us a few curveballs. But, I'm excited that the X-Men are back in a big way. I'm excited that Hasbro is all over the Krakoan X-Men. And now with everyone on Krakoa, sky's the limit. Mm-hmm. But I think they do have to finish rolling out those 90s figures first. And I think Excalibur is definitely on its way.
Oh, yeah, they need to do
it is
Excalibur.
It's confirmed, but yeah. What is, if you had to pick one dream figure, any wave, any era, what's your one figure they hope they announce next? Mine has always been and will always be until we see it, Spiral.
That's a good one.
How did you feel about the other Spiral they released back in the early days of the Hasbro Legends?
I like it. I had it. I've customized it a few times since then. It was on display next to my Build-A-Figure Mojo. But just looking at what they can do with female figures now, I can't wait to see the new one. It's going to be a Build-A-Figure, or it's going to take the budget of a wave. It's going to be something weird because they're not going to want to build those 3 arms, especially with all the flack they got from the 3-armed Spider-Man.
Oh my God. Well, that was, pobrecito. Like, he looked awful.
They may have just turned back and said, well, no more 6-armed characters from now on, because you gave us so much crap for it. So, but I hope that's not the case. So I'm really, really looking forward to a Spiral.
Did you have both Spirals? The one with like the gold helmet and like the silver helmet?
No.
Yeah, I tried to track down
Same mold, just different paint, right?
Yeah, just a different paint. Yeah. What about you, Ascani? Which one do you want to see out of any figure? Like
Rachel Summers in her first Phoenix costume, hound marks, rat tail braid and all.
And spikes.
Yes.
That one. The Hellhound. Yeah. I think we're going to get it.
I hope so.
I want that.
Excalibur sword. There's less than 5 Excalibur main characters, so they're going to give us Captain Britain, Rachel, Kitty, maybe a second Nightcrawler, and then Megan or McGann. That's all they could do. Doesn't go much further than that.
Mm-hmm.
I want I definitely want Shadowcat in that costume. I want Hound Rachel, but that uncanny Rachel with like the Phoenix like bodysuit and like the effects. I
Is she
love
199 Rachel?
it.
Born again?
Born again Rachel. For me, I'm gonna say the one I want, and we mentioned him already, Doug Ramsey with the Warlock sword. Until then, I have this New Mutants Toy Biz one from back in the day.
All right. Would you wait? I have a question. Would you be happy if they did the same thing they did with Danny and Karma and who's the third one?
They are doing that. So Ryan Ting all but confirmed that.
Would you be happy with that if you just
I
had the same exact body as Sam and Sunfire or Sunspot?
look. I'm not gonna be beggars can't be choosers. I hate to still sound like that after so many decades of fandom, but I think right now they're not going to do a Ten of Swords, and I don't see Doug having that arm again anytime soon because it's not only just having Doug Ramsey with the Warlock arm. I want the sword as well.
Mhm.
So let's see.
You could
I'm
do a
hopeful.
Kit Bash with Havoc's jacket.
Oh, you're right.
And some bionic arm you could find and repaint it. You could work.
Oh, speaking of
Yeah.
Havoc, they should do Inferno Goblin Prince Havoc.
That'll get past the censor.
Oh yes, totally.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right, guys. Anything else you want to talk about with this wave? Any legend stuff?
I think you actually posted something on Instagram where you shared the Mutant X, figures. I would love it if they went back to that and did a wave of those Bloodstorm and Madeline as a Marvel woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have fond memories of that series. I did Instagram Live with Planet X-Men, and we talked about Mutant X briefly. And he was here like, I sort of question anyone who thinks that was a good series. And I'm like, you are so salty. I just said I liked it. I thought the designs were great. I thought they were fun. We need a Madeline Pryor. That's where this conversation is.
Yes. I just want I wouldn't even mind if they even did like Flight Suit Maddie. I just want to have a Madeline figure.
Can you
Anodyne.
imagine?
What compromises are you willing to make about her cleavage?
Wow, Jason, that
Sorry.
question. That's
this
like
one.
the Oprah of Marvel Legends question right now. Like
I
I just went
put
there.
face on too.
I know. Oh my God.
No, it had underboob or no.
Really? Okay. That's all. I mean, that's a huge ask, but we'll see if we get that.
I mean, well, they don't have to like do full. I mean, as long as it's just not like a crop top,
I think
type.
it would be a crop top is what we'd get. That's one. A crop top up to a turtleneck and then a bare midriff.
I mean, they could easily do it like with the brooch here and then just kind of come down like this. I mean, they don't have to show tit.
Who has Magic might be a good example. She's pretty revealing.
Well, AOA Gene 2.
Yeah,
And I mean, look at the new Deathstrike. New Deathstrike has all that skin tone.
right. I mean,
I
look,
can't believe we're talking about this, but
she's flashing them goodies. Those cybernetic goodies. So
Yeah, right.
The cybernetic goodies.
And also the Hellfire wave is showing all kinds of.
Oh, you're right.
exactly.
Oh, and his first appearance, Storm. What's her deal? Let's see. No, she's fine. She's fine.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at Magic here. Magic though is on the teen girl body.
Let me see. Oh no, she's not showing anything. Yeah.
She's not showing too much. She has a window, but she's not showing much. Where are the? I just want to see. Oh wait.
And Emma had the side. Emma had a good amount of.
Yeah, and Jean does too.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
Oh, yeah.
kinda how it works.
I think they're being more adventurous.
Yeah, I don't
Take
really
the risk, Hasbro.
take the
We're
risk.
here for it.
And it'll be the most sold out figure they've ever sold. And they're
Oh,
gonna
I
be
bet
like,
you it would be.
that was a good idea. Yeah.
Guys, though, look, come on.
Oh my God. Come on.
It's like her little sister.
What's Barbie's little sister's name?
Skipper.
Oh, Stacy. Or no, Skipper.
Skipper.
That is-
Yeah.
Oh my God, I haven't thought about Skipper until this very moment.
Yeah, nobody has.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us today to talk about the Marvel Legends Hoxpox Wave. Nerd Alert, where can fans connect with you?
I'm mainly posting on my Instagram account, Nerd Alert Cosplay. There's underscores there, and then I have a personal account, not just a nerd. And you can follow me on both there.
And do you have any exciting cosplays coming up?
Yes. So I'm living in a new apartment, so I have to downsize my scale of costume, but I still hope to work on some things. I just started the first purchase for my next cosplay, but it's going to be non-X-Men related. I think it can take a break.
Eject.
But it's a dream costume I've always wanted to do, and it'll be easier to work on in my current space. But it's my Tron Legacy suit that I'm finally getting.
Ooh, oh, that's nice.
I love Tron.
You would see that.
The Daft Punk.
I love Tron.
score.
Rest in peace, Daft Punk. But
I know.
Oh,
I know.
no.
My God. I literally forgot about that until now. Thank you. Thank you for ruining my night.
that album lives on. It's okay. But yeah,
It's a great album.
probably if you're following me now, you'll start to see some updates come up about that.
Cool. Ascani-san, where can fans connect with you?
Well, you can find me on Instagram at mdbrower81 and on Twitter at mikebrower81.
And you just teased a new art piece you're doing.
I did. The story should still be up, but I'm working on the ladies of Excalibur, Megan, Rachel, and Kitty. Demanda should be happy about that. She's the one she asked me, so it's I'm actually planning on making that into a t-shirt design.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Demanda with a mini flight suit, Madeline Pryor, like holding it?
She should cosplay back into that flight suit that she did for the Justice for Maddie episode, if they ever, which was awesome.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. And as always, I'm the Uncanny Dayspring signing off.
Bye.